So so that's good. I'm gonna get my notes here set up. So yeah, no, this is good. I had done this last year with a few of my other teachers who were new to Hunch. So right now, I believe both of you are probably gonna schedule your culinary review on your own, mainly for because of your location and everything, and that's fine. And one of the things I had done is in the email I sent, I listed a whole, let me see here. Yeah, I had a whole list of information about hosting a culinary, review. So, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share the screen and then just go ahead and highlight, let's see, over here, basically the expectations of the school that's going to be hosting it. So the key thing here is, and just to let you know, in the past, most schools host it in their school, in their kitchen. It's also possible to host it outside, but you definitely want a facility, that has access to a stovetop so the students can do, their cooking and provide wash station towels. I mean, it lists all the things here. And but one of the key thing is to gather at least 10 judges. And the way you go about doing that is you just contact restaurants. Uh, you can even do some fast food culinary schools in your area. And included in here is, in the listing of things I sent, was also an email that you can do to invite them that tells them about this is a standard email. NASA Langley did it. So you want to modify it to have it say NASA Glenn, and I can help you with that. And then list whatever your recipe is and things like that. So, and usually the hardest part is getting 10 judges. I think, Ali, you recommend trying to get at least maybe 12 or more because you never know whether or something can happen and you may, lose some. And worst case, if you can't find any judges, you can also use teachers at your school. They can also help out and be judges. And then I already talked to you about the flyers. Um, Now for the teams, and in this case, it'll only be one team. You'll just bring all your, well, yeah, I think this is not applicable because you guys will have your food and everything there. One thing that's important is having a recipe for all the judges. The same recipe that you sent to Allie, have a copy of that for all the judges, and then have the teams professionally dressed. Now, I don't think either you are a culinary school, but usually for the culinary classes, I'm pretty sure the students have like aprons or smocks. So as long as they're all wearing that, that's usually good when we say professionally dressed. And then here's the schedule. So, and by now, since your students have been working on their menu, gotten comments from Allie, it said you should have an idea of how long it'll take for you to do the cooking. Um, Usually the team will have about 2.5 hours. And Allie, I think this is the same amount of time you give them for the final review. So if it's taking longer, you may need to plan for it, but typically they'll give you 2.5 hours. You may plate your food, but the appearance is not judged. And I guess with plating the food, a lot of the culinary classes, when they make their food, they'll put like little garnishes and stuff there. And I think you cannot do that. That's the thing is you can dress the food, make it look nice, but you're not allowed to add, like a little leaf or things like that. Anything that's on the plate is what the judges will eat. And then so think of it this way: you have everything set up. Your students are starting cooking 2.5 hours. You schedule it so the judges come in right as the food is done. There's a table set out. They have their recipe. You want to make sure you have plates and give a plate to each of the judges. And then once they get that, oops, where is it? The judges will fill out what's called this hunch sensory evaluation. So one is given to each judge. They enter the entree and then they fill out this. Um, oh, this says 23, 24. I don't think this has changed, has it? No, okay. So what they're to do is they're to grade this on a scale of 1 to 9. Whole numbers, they're not to use decimal points. Taste, texture, aroma, appearance, overall. And overall is their overall. It's not an average of these four. Their overall is what do they think of it in general. And then they provide that. I think that's all they do. And this is very important. So this is given to each judge. They do it for the entree, and then at the end you collect that, and then you want to scan it and email it to Allie and I. This is part of what is used to determine who makes the top 10 list. So this is why having 10 is important, because with the average, if you have 8 or 9, it kind of puts you at a disadvantage because number wise, your average may, be less. So let's see. I think I went through a lot of stuff here. Allie, did I miss anything?
No, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because my audio was like messed up for a minute. Yeah, no, this is good. The one thing I'll say is that so the garnish thing, okay. So a lot of times the students like to plate their food and show it, and if they want to have extra stuff like extra garnishes like that they're just showing like the plated food to the judges, that is okay because sometimes they like to be pretty, okay? But I always explain to the judges that the samples that they have in front of them are only what's in the recipe. So if let's say you decided you wanted cilantro on one of your dishes, okay? And you actually are going to be okay with having that in your recipe, then that's okay to add that garnish in as long as it's in your recipe. All right. I've had somebody before that wanted to make something like out of like a little sugar statue to show like they're trying to be creative and be pretty. That is not going to work. The biggest thing on the appearance is for the judges is that we're not looking for this to how pretty it looks because of the samples in front of them. We're looking to make sure it doesn't look unappetizing. Okay. Because when it gets processed for space flight, it already is going to look very different than, than what it would be like in front of you. So that's what we mean by, appearance. Okay. So appearance is you're definitely not looking at the plated item that they're bringing around. You're looking at the sample that's in front of you as far as being a judge goes.
And you bring up a good point with that plated item. That is one that the student will take, go in front of the judge and just show them that. That's not the one they eat. And you just reminded me of something else. As the students are getting the individual plates to go to the judges, actually before that, the students go in front of the judge and introduces themselves and also says, this is the entree we pick. They give a little overview as to why they pick it. Sometimes it's an ethnic dish. Sometimes it's a favorite dish someone had, and they explain it. And they also talk, especially if they have spices in it. They give the judges a little background, and this should be from what they learned about as to why, what happens to the astronauts' taste bud. And they want to talk about that. Then they send a plate to give each plate to the judges. The judges, take a bite, fill out the form, and then we give the judges chance to ask questions too of the students. They may say, oh, this is, this may need a little salt. And then that's where the students will say, well, because we're limited on the calories, we chose to use this other spice. So things like that, the judges may ask or may provide feedback. So you want the students to be able to answer, questions like that.
Right. And the other thing is I always tell the students, because like if they get picked to be part of the top 10 and they come in, they need to get that little presentation in front of the judges. So it's important at the preliminaries for them to practice that. The other thing is that we always tell them, okay, once you've handed out the food, don't run off.
Yes.
because a lot of times the students are like, all right, I'm ready to bolt. And then, but they need to stick around so that if the judges have any questions for them, that they can, answer those questions. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, it's helping them with their soft skill of presentation as well, for this.
Yep. Let's see. Danielle, Danielle, do you want a list of judges and their personal info? I don't need the list of judges. That's a good question. You want to just get the judges, let them know about what's going on, and then just have them come. Their credentials are not, I don't want to say it's not important. That's why I said is you could try like local restaurants, let them know what's going on. If there's a culinary school next to you, and like I said, worst case, you can get other teachers. The one thing we would probably ask is see if anyone has any allergies, just to let them know what's in the food. So far, we've been okay because the concern is if a judge has an allergy, chances are I think it'd be difficult for them to be a judge.
Mm-hmm. No,
So you may want to
absolutely.
let them know what it is, that's in there, especially if you have your recipe. And definitely if your school has a video group, have them come. And remember, as part of this, you want to take a video, you want to put a video together of what's going on. So make sure there's someone there taking pictures, documenting things, and you can invite other people from the school to also, come and see what's going on. And definitely the local media would be nice to come, and let
Yeah.
them know you're involved.
And
Oh, in the
and
CTC program. Yep.
she just asked if public officials could be involved, and yes,
Yes. Yes.
they can definitely be judges. Our biggest thing is that we don't want any kind of partiality, right,
Yes.
for the students. So we're trying to make sure that people are being fair, um, with what they're doing. Um, but yes, absolutely. The other thing is once you're done with your review, you'll need to scan and send those sensory evaluation forms to me, to my email. Okay. And that's so that I have to put everything, I get all of those forms from all over the country and I put them into the database and then I'm looking for the top 10. So the only thing that about judges and their personal info is like, let's say that you have some of those chamber people or different people that like from restaurants and stuff that you might want to send like a thank you note to. Oh, can't hear you, Nancy.
Okay. Oh, I just realized Danielle can't hear, but I'm going to play a video. This is from a Hunch program overview. And what it does is it at least shows a picture of what it looks like in the final design review. I mean, the final culinary review. So let me see.
She can hear. Danielle
You
can
can
hear.
hear? Oh, you can
It
hear.
said
Okay,
she
good.
can hear, but she just can't,
Can't talk.
her
All
audio
right.
and video aren't working.
Okay, let me do this and hit play.
And every interest level.
Here's a
One
good
of your
one.
fastest growing programs focuses on the lives of the astronauts in space, specifically on what they eat in orbit.
What's on the menu tonight?
Strawberry shortcake.
Oh.
Got peanut butter cookies and some strawberries with a little bit of milk on top.
Oh, excellent.
About 5 years ago, some of the crew, they were talking about, we'd like some different options for food items in space. And so this program started.
This is all vegetarian, so we use mushrooms to give it that kind of meat texture to it.
We wanted to get students that were involved to understand about microgravity and understand about the food processing that has to take place in order for food to get up there.
You're investing in our poached pear and a wild cherry syrup.
It is a challenge because the nutritional guidelines are so strict.
First off, we have antioxidants in the cherries, which are very high, a low sodium content, and a lot of magnesium, potassium, and very low fat. Doing this competition is something I would never thought I'd be able to do. So it really, it's a confidence booster.
It's cool that I can see how much impact I can have at a young age. I like the idea that I'm contributing more than not just on my planet.
Okay.
The space program has always
Yeah, let me stop that. So, but yeah, that kind of gave you an idea of what it looks like at the final design review. For that one, the students are making 20 20 judges. So for you guys, it's 10, but it's the same thing. They're sitting there, they go up and present. And that's why I said is with some of the schools, they make them all have like the same outfit or an apron, you know, with their name on it, just so that they can look a little bit more professional as they present. If your school has a school shirt or logo, that's something else they can also wear.
And
Yeah,
Nancy,
I'm gonna
she's
send that
asking for the
email.
link. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yep, I'm trying to get that here because for some reason it's not showing it. Oh, there it is. Copy link. Yeah.
It should be on our YouTube page for
Yep.
NASA Hunch too.
Okay, I just put it in here. This should be it. Yep. So are there any other questions?
I have a quick one. For the recipe, because I know it was like one of the two recipes got picked for the one they're supposed to work on. Is it they can still tweak that as we go, or is it you're using that exact recipe?
So up until their preliminary challenge, they can still tweak it. Okay. The biggest thing about the tweaking is that they're not adding things that are going to really affect their nutritional content, right? I don't want to have them adding stuff that then is going to totally change their fat content. Fat, total fat, saturated fat. Sodium is huge, right? If they start at, you know, I had one team one year, they're like, we just want to tweak a little bit. And they're like, we're going to add some Cajun seasoning. And I'm like, uh-huh. Okay, so can you send me that label? And so they sent it to me and I'm like, yeah, this has a lot of sodium in it. I was like, now if it's just like your own Cajun spices that have the paprika and all the other stuff that is not sodium based, sure. You know, whatever you want to do there. But those are the things that you just have to really watch out for, because obviously anything that you change in the recipe, aside from adding like a couple of herbs and spices, you know, you're going to have to recalculate your nutritional content. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? So you guys, so like I said, I know this is the first time you guys are both doing it. So Allie and I are here to basically help you along the way. Like I said, especially with that, the one list of what to send to the judges, as you write that up, send it to me. I'll be more than happy to edit it, provide info to you. Definitely take lots of pictures, send it to us, because that's something we want to do. If you get the press, not the press, if you get the press there, or get some highlights, or get on the TV or something like that, that's real good. Something else one of my schools were able to do that got selected is they were able to work with their Chamber of Commerce and get sponsors. And that was one of the sponsors that actually got the vest and stuff for the students. So you can also look at local places and see if they want to sponsor you guys too.
Yes. And also I want to make sure that both of you go to my webpage and go to the scholarships page.
Oh, yes.
Because I have a new sponsor. I have 3 different sponsors, but I have one that the American Academy of Chefs, which is like the honor society for American Culinary Federation, and they just gave me basically a $10,000 scholarship, and it's divided up between the 10 teams, and so you can go and look and see what they're offering as far as that goes, because it's obviously not going to be enough to like help with all the costs of like coming to Houston and stuff, but it helps with the food and it helps with some of the travel. And so I'm always looking for different sponsors to help in different ways. But I was really excited that they're going to be doing that every year for us.
That's cool. And then Allie, you want to tell them about if they get selected, what type of ovens and stuff? Because I hear you're probably using the ovens you have in your classroom and everything.
So what I have available for you if you come, because of OSHA standards, we're not allowed to be like in the Space Center Houston kitchen. So it's kind of almost like a Food Network show. So the students are out in the public, it's roped off. and they're cooking, and they have access to tabletop ovens, okay, that are also convection ovens and can hold like a 9 by 13 dish in it. I also have a couple of different blenders. I'm trying to remember what else I have. And so that's there for them. Oh, we also provide all the burners, for
Yes,
them.
that the
Okay,
burners
like
just came up.
two
Yes.
burners, two burners per table. And so we provide that. We just don't provide like anything that you might need to cook their food item. Okay. If there's something that you're like, oh my gosh, it would be so helpful, especially for travel, if maybe Sea of Space Center Houston could provide blah, whatever it is, I can certainly ask them. But typically, everybody just brings their own stuff, and then you, when you're there in Houston, have to purchase your own food. If you have any particular specialty spices from where you're at or something that you want to bring in your luggage, then that's fine
Yeah.
too, of course.
Yeah. And
But
Danielle asked about knives on an airplane. Yes, you want to your utensils, all that. Check those in, and if you put them all together, they'll see it's for that. Yeah, not on
yeah,
your checked luggage, but you want to check
no,
all that
yeah,
in. Yeah,
yeah, you
and
can
that
tell. And I
you
have teams that do that every year that bring their everything that they need, and they're fine. They
Yep.
get through security. And part of that scholarship for from the American Academy of Chefs is actually a food stipend to help you purchase your food whenever you're here in Houston
Yeah,
for
so
what they're going to cook.
yeah. So Danielle said, so we must bring those. So yes, you're only provided with the oven, the burners, things like that. All the food stuff you need to provide that you would
Mhm,
buy when you get down here. But any
mhm,
bowls, knives, spoons, even the little plates for the 20 judges, this is if
mhm,
you're selected to go down there, that
mhm,
you have to provide. You want to get probably disposable. I'd recommend the disposable plates, not the
mhm.
paper ones, but the one that's a little, it's like a plastic, but it has a little bit of a weight to it. I don't think you want to get just the regular disposable paper, but yes, all of that you do bring.
Mhm. And I'll be sending out emails about all this
Yes.
to everybody that's chosen to come to Houston.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then February is by the end of February, everyone has to schedule all their preliminary reviews. I have few schools that's done that, and that's why I sent out that email to everyone. And then what happens is after your review, Allie gets the forms from the judges, and then as soon as she gets all that, she'll email all the schools, letting everyone know who's the top 10.
Yeah.
And right now, we already have that date scheduled, and I probably should have had that handy. It's
Mhm.
let me look at here. Oh, do we have the date for the culinary yet?
Yeah,
It's
I
the
need
week
to
of
go in.
April 7th. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was just asked about that, and I yeah, I'll be sending it out. I think it's April
Okay.
8th, but
Okay.
don't mark me on that just yet.
Okay.
Okay.
But
I
I do
need
know
to.
I do know
It's
it's
on
that
my
week.
website actually. I think I've already put it on the website.
Oh,
Did I
did
put
you?
it here? Yeah, let's see. Hold on. Yeah, can you look because my internet is being funky.
Yeah.
It would be on the homepage.
Okay. So I'm here on the homepage.
Okay, scroll down. Okay.
Oops.
Oh, no. Okay, hold on.
Top 3
Oh, I'm
winners.
sorry. Okay, do this. Go to
Click here.
yes, that. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. Oh, click. Oh, why is it doing that? Okay, when I click here, it's downloading something. No.
Okay, go then. You can
Let
also
me
reach
open in
it.
a new tab. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. Okay, it's not letting me.
Okay, go to the top where you see the little the little chalkboard and go to that. Click on that. It'll take you to the same location that the other
Oh,
one
this one here,
did.
timeline.
Yeah.
There it
Okay,
is.
and then go down. Okay, and
This
then sorry.
No,
I probably should
it's
put
all
it
right.
like on the home page. It's
Okay.
there. Oh, hold on.
It might have actually downloaded something you clicked earlier if you click the little down arrow in like the top right.
Yeah, it's just no, it's just this is what was downloaded. Yeah.
Yeah, but I put it on the page, like on the actual like web page too. So
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find because this is the one. Make sure to read culinary timeline.
you're going so fast on mine. And
Oh,
okay, let's
sorry.
see. No, it's okay. Just keep going. But it's just
Links, templates, preliminary competition, hunch judges, final. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm actually glad I'm here. So with regards to how the teams are selected, your food recipe entree, that's 60%. Remember, there's a paper and video. So
Mhm.
your paper, your student team's paper is 25% and the video is 15. So the paper plays a good role because I think Ali, you said you had a team that did great on the
Mhm.
entree, but their paper because of that, they lost because their paper was not that great, or same thing with their video. So that is a significant number there too.
Mhm.
So it's not just how you
April
do with
8th.
your
It's
entree.
it's on there.
April
It's
8th.
on
Okay.
there. Yeah, under the timeline, culinary challenge information, like where you read that. Here, go back up. Okay, right.
Oh, there it
Yep.
is. You need to
Yep.
make it. I see it.
I do. I do. I need to make it bigger. Sorry. I apologize.
Okay.
I'll go back and change that.
All right.
I think when I was doing it, I was in the middle of like 10 million other things too. So I was like, oh, I gotta put it on there. But
All
then
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
the
it's
8th.
April 8th is when the time.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
that's the same week that, and let's see. I know, Mike, you also have with your school, there's also students doing some of the other projects. So the other projects would be on different days and things like that.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
okay.
biomedical should be on the 9th.
Okay. And
And
is biomedical and software the same day again?
yes. Yeah.
And then is DNP the 10th?
So DNP, I believe, is on the same day as my culinary.
Oh, okay.
So, but
Yeah.
I need to go. Let me go back and check, Nancy. Okay. I gotta
Okay.
go check. I gotta go back and look at my emails from all the space because there was so much bouncing back and forth between our Space Center
Yeah.
Houston people, and I just want to double check
Okay.
and then I'll make sure to put it on there. I think Glenn was supposed to put his on his website, but I don't know if he did. So,
Yeah,
okay.
I was on there
Anything?
earlier. I don't remember seeing
Okay, and I need to
dates
make
for
mine
that.
bigger. I need to put mine on the homepage for culinary. Sorry about that. Um, any other questions I can answer for y'all though?
Once we schedule our thing with the judges, do you want us to like email you like, hey, it's gonna be this day, or just send you all like the reports once we have them?
Let
I
us
would
know
appreciate
today.
knowing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because my
yeah.
thing is, the last couple of years, I haven't been able to attend anyone's. So, and like right now, I know like Jessica Paul, for example, she scheduled hers for February, um, what is it, the 24th. And unfortunately, that's when I'm going to be going to design and prototype. So I'm going to be in Missouri the 24th, my Missouri, Wisconsin teams, and then going to Minnesota. So I already know I can't do that. And I know I sent to you guys, PCTI is the third, and a couple of flow school, because some of the teachers were asking, hey, could we meet with another school? So I know where they're at. So it'd be nice to, yes, let us know ahead of time. Yeah, if I can attend, I will. If not, yeah, take pictures for us.
Yep.
Uh,
But I'm also kind of putting together a spreadsheet for myself that has when all the teams are having theirs just so if I'm not receiving like their the sensory evaluation sheets right away that I can like ping them and go, hey, I
Yep.
need those. So
Yep. And then the other thing is if you let me know, the other thing that's good is by letting me know ahead of time when you're gonna host it, I can provide you some NASA swag for the judges. And usually I can send you guys some stickers and other things like that because everyone loves getting that. So that's the other thing that's helpful. I can put in an envelope some of that and send to you guys for the judges. All right, any other questions? Okay, well, thank you. Like I said, I'm gonna reach out to Fritz. He's at the other school. Let him know about the video. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me. If there's, and if anything I can't answer, I'll definitely pass it on to Allie, or you could, CC both of us. That's also fine too. All right, thanks a lot.
Y'all take
Thank
care.
you guys.
All right,
Have a good
okay.
week.
All right, you
Bye.
too. Bye.